Let's do this. Oh boy, am I ready. Give it to me. The build-up is so intense. There we go. Okay, so last time I said dairy. Then I made a list of all the dairy recipes, and it was set to be my biggest episode ever. So instead of all the dairy, we're going to focus on OG dairy. Milk. Put milk into pot. Boil milk. And you receive milk. So delicious, so nutritious. Cook it under a blood moon, and it will heal almost, almost all of your hearts. Why would you have more hearts than that? What do you need hearts for? Why do you have so many hearts? Do you need more hearts? What's wrong? Are you okay? Are you getting hit? Ninjas don't get hit. This milk is more than enough. Now, I'm curious, what can we squeeze into here and still have it be milk? Can we do nut milk? Let's try nut milk. Yes! But it only heals half a heart more. But there's full 5 hearts. 5 hearts is an okay amount of hearts. So, nut milk, fantastic. Now, can we do golden apple? This will probably build like make a simmered fruit, right? There's no way this is milk. It is milk. 7 hearts. For those of you with extra hearts to spare, you have apple milk. What other milks could we make? We can't do hearty milk, can we? Can we do hearty milk? How did I not know that milk was so versatile? You can do hearty milk. We can do mighty milk. Mighty banana milk. Go. Oh, I'm so excited. How did I not know that milk was so amazing? Oh, look at that mighty milk. Oh, man. Kill all the enemies. Stolen from the Yiga. The secret recipe of mighty banana milk. It's fantastic. Highly recommend. Oh, man. I am so excited. This is going to be the best episode ever. Milk. And bees. Give me that honey milk. Milk and honey. Milk and honey. What do we get? Energized milk. It's fantastic. I'm loving this. This is so good. I need to go get more fish. I am criminally low on a lot of these fish. Can we do fish milk? This sounds disgusting. But can we? Can we? Secret recipe. Fish milk. Just don't tell people what you... Oh, never mind. Forget that. Forget I said it. It doesn't exist. But we know we can do mushroom. I'm gonna run out of milk. Give it to me. Yeah, tough milk. Fantastic. It's beautiful. So our mighty milk got the critical bonus to the duration, which is nice. Since we stacked it with 4 bananas, it could only get the critical bonus to healing or duration. And since it only healed 5 hearts, remember we put a bunch of bananas into it, so it should have, if it got the critical health like our regular milk, it should have healed 3 more hearts. But instead we got the critical duration. That's why this one heals so many more hearts. So many more hearts. This is why I learned to talk. This one heals so many more hearts, but does less duration because of the critical effect being on the hearts instead of the duration. But that's fine because, you just make another one. I mean, the mighty one is probably the one you're going to want to use the most anyway. This frees up your armor for more stylish equipment as opposed to focusing on attack up with stuff. Like, I mean, I have my favorite attack outfit. You know, I wear that, get that stylish circlet on, and then the stylish pants and that stylish armor, and that's my attack up outfit. Quite enjoy it, but you know, sometimes you just gotta run around in your ninja suit, and that's when the mighty milk will come in handy. Anyway, let's go back to milk. Let's get some sunny milk. I only have 3 hearts, so I'm not going to need a big sunny milk. Just going to need 1 sunny and milk. Unfortunately, the critical cook could potentially hit the sunny instead of the milk. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So that's bad sunny milk. But we don't really have much of a choice with the critical cooking. We're either going to get this, or let's... I don't really want to waste the milk to try and get the other option. But the other option would be that we would get 4 hearts healed and 3 recovered, which would be my preferred milk. And may end up being what I start using to heal hearts like that. I don't know. We'll experiment with that. Oh, what else could we do? You know what? We could do chili milk. Get the 3 mushrooms, which should give me a level 3 chili. Or wait, level 2 chili. Yeah, that's what I meant. You need to get to 6 points to get that level 2 chili. And this is like the perfect chili milk because it got the bonus to the duration and everything. Like, this is great chili milk. We could do spicy milk if we were so inclined. Using the sun shrooms. You could do zap shrooms. Like, there's enough room in the milk that you can do pretty much everything. Like, if you throw in 3 silent princesses. Boop. This will be the stealthiest stealth milk. Look at that. Boom. Super stealth milk. And it heals 10 hearts. I don't know who needs 10 hearts. I guess, like, a Genin would need 10 hearts. I mean, I definitely had 10 hearts. Don't look at me. We have 3 hearts now. That's what matters. Alright. But you didn't just come here to see me throw milk into the pot. Or maybe you did. But we're going to play around. This is the reason why I decided that I needed to just focus on milk today. Is because there are a lot of different recipes. We have carrot stew, where you take your milk and your preferred carrot, and wheat and butter. So we have butter, and we have wheat. And sadly, there's not enough room in here to really do much with the swift carrot. You could. We'll try something. We'll try. But first, let's just make some carrot stew. Make some enduring carrot stew. Boom. Look at that. It's beautiful. Fully heals your stamina, gives you some extra stamina, tons of hearts. I guess with Critical Cook probably boosted the hearts a little bit, but look at all them hearts, look at all that stamina. It's fantastic. Let's try and do the other one. So butter, wheat, milk. That's kind of like the stew base right there, because there's a couple of other recipes for stew. And then we're going to try the swift carrot to make it a carrot. And then, what do we need for speed? Speed, we need to get to 5? Oh, we're not getting to 5. That's not happening. There's nothing that even gives 3 for speed. So unfortunately, you can't really do a swift carrot soup. I mean, you can. It's just not going to be that good. So I wouldn't recommend it myself. One of the things you can do, though, is you could throw in a dragon horn and hope and pray that it gets up to that the critical bonus goes to the buff, and at least then you'll have like a 30-minute level 2 speed carrot stew. But honestly, you might want to save before you do that, because if you get the level 1 extra healing 30-minute level 1 speed, that would be kind of sad and honestly a waste of a horn in my opinion. You probably would always want to save before using a horn in a dish. But carrot isn't the only thing that we can stew. We can also, let's see, we got carrot stew. We did that one. We have meat stew, pumpkin stew. Any other stews? Let's do the meat stew. So meat stew is same ingredients plus meat, and you can do this with red meat or poultry. Um, let's use the gourmet. I've got it. Let's do it because I believe that the stew will take on the name of the meat you use, right? Yeah, gourmet meat stew. Boom. Beautiful, isn't it? And you could squeeze in another ingredient to give it a little bit of a buff. Like we could, oh, you know what we could do? This will look great. Let's get that stew base. Gonna go ahead and since what I'm gonna do, we'll just use the low level meats because we're gonna throw in a little hearty mushroom in there and make hearty meat stew. It just sounds delicious. Look at that. Hearty meat stew. Fantastic. If you use the higher level poultry, which I don't have, I believe it will change the name as well. So you'll get like hearty, what's it called? Gourmet bird? I don't know. I'll have to go get some of those for cooking in the future. I've been struggling to find them. Uh, I haven't been doing a lot of hunting lately. A lot of this just comes from my ambient slaughtering of the local wildlife as I come across it. And it hasn't been the birds that drop the rarer ingredients, unfortunately. So I'm kind of low. But let's get back to stew. Good old stew. We have pumpkin stew, which of course means we can do a fortified or a sun pumpkin stew. Um, Unfortunately, I don't believe there's much. I think we can get a little bit of a fortification out of this. Yeah, the pumpkin does give 2. So hopefully, if we throw a porgy in here, yes, armored porgy, hopefully we can at least get a level 2 buff, which could maybe critical up to a level 3. Okay, so we got the buff on the healing, but if you got the buff on the defense, you could get a level 3 tough pumpkin stew, which would be, a very fun way. I mean, I think it'd be a very fun way to have a tough pumpkin. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of room there to squeeze out any extra time or anything because you got to use the all 5 ingredients just to get to the chance to get the level 3 buff. Unfortunately, so you wouldn't be able to squeeze a horn in to make it last longer. A lot of these fancier recipes, that is the case. You don't really have room to actually make them useful. But you could throw in a sunny along with the pumpkin and get some extra healing. And if again, you can do some save editing, not editing, save scumming. Let's not call it that. Save, save manipulating. No, that sounds like editing. Just save beforehand and wait until you get the result you want, and you'll be able to heal with the Sun Pumpkin and the Sundelion stew. You could get the bonus to the heart recovery and be able to recover 7 hearts, and it may do some math here real quick. So that would be 2. So it wouldn't heal a lot of hearts, but it would recover 7 of them, which would be nice. But again, I really don't think that that's a good use of your pumpkin. Which, honestly, I don't find much of a use for pumpkin in general. It's just not really a fantastic ingredient, to be honest. It would be nicer if it was stronger, especially the sun pumpkin. But, it's cute. If you really like pumpkin, then you could do that. Like, you get the, do the saving and loading, and make sure you get the level 3 buff on the fortified pumpkin, the fortified pumpkin stew. But I just don't really think it's worth the time. Besides that, then we have veggie cream. Veggie cream does not use the wheat or the butter, so boop boop. But we use salt. So salt and milk and pumpkin or carrot. So we could do swift carrot here, and then maybe we could squeeze in some extra. Hmm. Or actually, hold on. If we do the sun pumpkin, then add in some herbs. This should be a good carrot stew, or veggie cream soup. Is it cream soup or cream stew? Sunny veggie cream soup. There we go. Look at that. That's nice. And we get the extra hearts from the critical cooking. This, like, I still don't know that I want to spend my pumpkins that way, but at least this recipe has a little bit more room. I wonder why it specifically calls for a pumpkin or a carrot. Oh, because there's also creamy veggie soup and vegetable cream soup. They're different. So if we used, like, what's something that we could do? I guess we could do the hardy radish. I'd rather do herbs. Are any of these herbs strong besides the sunnies? I don't think so. Most of the herbs tend to be low-level ingredients. The carrot is also a low-level ingredient, unfortunately. There's not a lot of vegetable options. I'm really kind of disappointed that there's not more fruit and vegetables, considering how many like random stuff there is in this game. The fact that the food is so limited is kind of a bummer, but you know, we work with what we got. I'm worried that if we add a veggie and a mushroom, it's gonna make mushroom stew. I guess we should test that out. So let's use a veggie and a mushroom and see which it takes. Very curious myself. Cream of mushroom. I wonder how it decides. But and we get the bonus to duration there. But yeah, so then cream of veggie. I'm not really sure what we would end up doing. I guess it's just herbs. We could do tomatoes. They're veggies, right? I'm not honestly sure what it'll come out as. And I'm running low on milk, so I don't really want to check. Um, let's just throw some herbs in. Get a... Oh, you know what we could do? We can do the silent princesses. Boom. That should give us a cream of veggie. It's a very stealthy cream of veggie. Yeah, look at that. Sneaky cream of vegetable soup. It's very sneaky because there's no veggies in it. Just herbs. Just silent princess. Okay, what else do we have? Mushroom hearty cream soup. This one. This one breaks my heart. Very similar to the Noble Pursuit drink. It's unfortunately full of many conflicting ingredients. You need your hardy radish, a volt fruit, and a hydromelon, which means there's no room really to do anything except for, I mean, just add more hearts, I guess. And so you could throw a golden apple in there to get extra hearts, and or you could put in, I don't really know what else, because nothing else is gonna really improve this. I think technically you could throw in gourmet meat, right? That'd be well. Let's do a regular one with the apple. The golden apple is a great ingredient to get a few extra hearts in. You could also, if we're going straight for hearts, do the big hearty radish, and maybe we could squeeze a truffle in. But I don't know if I would want to use. See, I wouldn't want to use a big hearty radish. But then again, I guess this is like one of the better. I don't know. So, see, I think with the gloom, the bonus hearts aren't that useful. It's like only against like boss fights or fighting enemies on the surface. If you're underground, then the extra hearts isn't really useful. And most of the time, you're using hardy ingredients to fully heal because you have more hearts than you know what to do with. And really, you just need one hardy radish or one hardy truffle or one hardy lizard, and that'll suffice. So really, but it just seems like a waste to use your big hardy radish here. I think I'll just stick with the regular hardy radish. See if this works out. Because the sad part about this is a really beautiful dish. Look at this thing. It's gorgeous. Unfortunately, you know, with the melon, which I don't get these ingredients. Like, are those little tiny baby melons in there? Because to me they look more like Brussels sprouts. And like, are those supposed to be little tiny volt fruits in there, or are we like melon balling and volt fruit balling and dropping those in there? I don't get it. Plus that doesn't look like a radish, does it? Is that the inside? Like, are there radishes that look like that inside? I don't know. But it's really depressing to me because it's a very cute dish. I think it looked really fun in the inventory, but unfortunately, hearts are the only thing it's good for. Let's see if we can. I mean, really, we would just get a few extra hearts out of it by throwing the gourmet meat in. I'm more curious. We'll come back to it. If we have extra milk by the end, we'll come back. But now we already did the creamy stew, the meat stew. Now we can do creamy meat soup. Back to the milk, and we use salt, and we need to include a veg and then a meat. So let's do the gourmet meat, and we need a veg. Well, of course, we're going to use the Endura carrot. Actually, let's use the hardy radish again to get some hardy action, because once more, I don't think there's any way for us to get a really good buff out of this. It's just because we're being forced to use the meat. So we'll just throw the hardy radish in there and get ourselves fully healed at least. I love that song. And boom, hearty creamy meat soup. I love the sound of it. I guess it didn't go gourmet. Interesting. Ooh, we're getting close on our time. And we only got 10 minutes left. Alright, so, but this next one, much better for cooking up something interesting because we can use fish. And with the fish, we have access to the porgies, as well as the stealth fin, the volt fin, the sizzle fin, the chill fin, all of which are very potent ingredients. The mighty carp and the armored carp are not as potent. They only provide 2 points to the bonus, whereas the others provide 3. In case you haven't watched any other episodes, so each ingredient provides either 1, 2, or 3 points to a bonus, and each bonus has a specific threshold you need to get to, which isn't so simple. So like with attack up, you need to get to a 7 total, which works if you use 2 porgies and a mighty thistle. The mighty thistle only provides 1. But we could save the thistle and save the extra porgy and instead include 2 of the razor shrooms, which provide 2 points each, or 2 bananas, which provide 2 points each. But those would not be the recipe we're cooking. We actually need to specifically use a vegetable. I'm going to use the mighty thistle, and we'll use 2 porgies. And this should be a really nice, mighty, creamy seafood soup. Yeah, look at that. I mean, I can't say it's delicious because I'm not a huge seafood fan myself, but it is definitely a delicious buff. What else can we do? Oh, and we're back to... Got a few more milks, so let's go back to that hearty cream and see what we can get with can we add the gourmet meat to that? So we have our radish, our melon, our volt fruit, and then we have the raw gourmet meat. Let's see how many hearts we get out of this. I think that was a pretty decent chunk by comparison. So the old one did 14, this one does 17, so 3 extra hearts. I mean, it's more valuable to sell, but I don't think it's really worth a space in the inventory, considering you could just throw that single hardy radish into a pot and get an item that will fully heal you. Like, it just seems like a waste of ingredients to me. It's kind of a bummer in my opinion. But, you know, these things happen. As for the seafood soup, if you are into seafood, let me just go ahead and cover a few things you could do. These are not things I would do because I'm not into seafood that much. Actually, hold on. Let's test. We should. If we put the bananas in, it probably isn't going to make creamy seafood, right? Because it's. I think the recipe requires a vegetable. Yeah, so you end up with salt grilled fish instead. And I don't think it's going to do that. Probably have the same results if we use a mushroom. Let's check, though. I personally think that this should be perfectly fine. Like, wait, do mushrooms go with fish? There's, you know what? That's something to Google up. Let's look at this real quick. Mushrooms and fish. Yeah, of course. Right? Hold on. Mushroom, fish. Yeah. I don't know why I was questioning it. So, I don't know why we couldn't do a cream of mushroom soup with fish. Like, that seems like it'd be fine to me. I mean, I can understand why the creamy banana mushroom, or the creamy banana fish wouldn't work. But, I don't know. I mean, I think that probably should work too, because, like, a creamy fish, a sweet creamy fish thing, doesn't sound too awful. I mean, I'm not a seafood fan myself, so it doesn't sound great to me. But, like, it's kind of the same idea of doing, like, a pineapple thing, right? And I mean, I don't know. It sounds weird, but I feel like it could work. But then again, you know, like I said, I'm not a huge fish person, so maybe I'm just crazy. Don't look at those. I don't know where those came from. We definitely didn't accidentally eat, or kidnap 8 fish out of my pond. Oh, we have the hardy salmon, too. Ooh, let's do the hardy salmon. So, boop, boop, and boop. That's it, right? Oh, we need a vegetable. Ooh, we need a vegetable. We should be able to use tomato, right? Is that the only nondescript vegetable we have? Can we use a korok frond? Does it count as a vegetable? We're gonna find out. Korok frond, go! Look at that. Hearty, creamy seafood soup. Fantastic. Secret ingredient is korok frond. And then we could also, in theory, I'm going to hold on to these milks and play around some more, but if you wanted to do a sneaky soup, you would actually need 3 stealth fins, or, actually no, that wouldn't work because you need a veggie, so you would need to include the silent princess, and then either another stealth fin, or another silent prince. Actually, hold on, I'm speaking out of turn. No. The stealth fin only provides 2. That's a bummer. Am I right on that? I don't know. We'll have to test that after the blood moon so I can make sure. Because with the blood moon we'll get a critical cooking, and I won't be able to know for sure. Nice. But you can throw a volt fin in here, and the electric cephalina, and then that gets us to 4, which is a level 3 shock resistance. And then if we threw in a zap shroom as well, that'll get you to a level 3 shock resistance. Because the mushrooms generally give 2, the herbs generally give 1, with the exception of the silent princess, and the fish generally give 3, with the exception of the mighty carp and the armored carp, which each give 2. The silent princess gives 3, and all the mushrooms except for the bright caps. The bright caps only give 1. But it's, to get the glow buff, it's like really easy. I didn't even write it down. And I don't really use that buff that much. I probably should write that down, though. But, yeah, most of the mushrooms give you a 2 bonus. Except, I think there's a silent shroom? Yeah, silent shroom does give you 2. So this should give you 3, because you only need to get to 6 for the shock resistance level 3. It's 1, 4, and 6 for that one. And it's 1 and 6 for the cold and the heat. So you could do a similar recipe with the other fish. You just swap out the sizzle fin, you swap out the cephalina for the warm, and you swap out the zap shroom for a sun shroom, and you'll end up with another one that gives the full buff. So you get a nice creamy seafood. And, oh, there it is, glow. Yeah, you need to get to 7. Oof. Apparently the mushroom only provides 1, but the bugs provide 2. So if you want to get that big glowing buff, that's the reason why it's so hard to get, because you need to use, you need to make an elixir. You could use 4 of those, and any monster part will get you that bright elixir. Maybe I'll have to do episodes focusing on buffs as opposed to recipes. That could be fun. But anyway, I wanted to play around with more milk. Well, personally, I use speedy stuff a lot. So, can we get away with speedy milk? Oh, you know what? That's not going to be enough. You need to get to 9 on the speed. No, that's stealth. Speed, you just need 7. Wait. Why was it only 1? Oh, the rush shrooms only give 1. So we only got to a 4, and we didn't get the bonus from the critical. Bad hasty milk. Alright. What's our level 3 buff on that? There is no level 3 speed. So we can't use the lizard, the carrot, or the shroom. Is only a 1. Oh, what's the level 2 one again? Is there not? There's not a level 2... Oh, it's the Swift Violet. Yeah, the Swift Violet is one of the few herbs that actually gives you 2 points. So this should be my hasty milk. Yeah, look at that. Hasty milk. That's some speedy milk right there. But that's not really what I care for when it comes to my haste items. I will just throw 8 frogs in a pot. And since we hit the blood moon, we can save our guts and just use a tooth. And boom. That's how I do it. Unfortunately, when you do that, you can sometimes get bonus hearts, which is half the duration. If we got the bonus to the duration, it would have been 10 instead of 5. Or, well, I mean, it's almost 6. But let's just go ahead and pop out a few of these because I need a bunch. Yeah, look, that's the one we want. And thankfully, these ingredients are plentiful. Oh! Blood moon. Well, we guess we finished just in time. Let's go ahead and get a couple more of these put together while we have the critical going. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Ah, perfect timing. Another successful day. Unfortunately, I am now out of milk. Guess we're gonna do some shopping. Speaking of shopping, let's go see if we have, like, if any of these recipes ended up being worth anything. Uh-oh. Oh boy. I was worried we weren't going to make it there for a second. There we go. Don't talk to our friend over here. We're here to sell. So, that definitely feels like a waste of gourmet meat. Only 118. Ugh. And none of these ended up being really all that valuable. Oh, look at that though. The Swift Violets are actually pretty valuable. The shiny haste milk. Hasty haste milk. Yeah, no worries. Yeah. So, anywho, that was milk. I had fun with the milk. It's kind of surprised me. I didn't realize there'd be so many good recipes in there that you can do some pretty creative stuff with. Plus, the milk by itself is like really creative. You're gonna definitely see some more milk stuff in my inventory. I quite like the idea of just, like, ooh, it's time to go fight. Let's eat the hasty milk, or just, let's just eat milk. Ah, look at that. Just, he loves it. He loves it. I mean, milk is like a classic item in this game. Ocarina of Time introduced, I think it was Ocarina of Time, when you could get the bottled milk. Or was that Majora's Mask? I think it was an Ocarina. Well, one of them, you got milk in a bottle, and it was like one of the better healing items, especially in the early game. It's fantastic, because I think you got like 2 uses out of it. I don't think it was 3. That's pretty useful. And it seems in this game it's pretty useful too. I think just plain milk, honestly, is the best use of milk. Unless you really like one of these, recipes. I mean, some of them look gorgeous. Like hearty meat stew just sounds nice. I would love to just like eat some of that right now myself. In fact, I'll probably be making that myself later. Do like a hearty, well, probably not a stew, probably a curry, because I'm a big fan of making curries lately. But maybe I'll do a stew today instead. I use the daikon radish, and then some like ground pork, and then I'll do like a nice ground pork radish stew. Maybe throw some carrots in there. Sounds good. I'm so disappointed with the creamy hearty soup. The creamy heart soup. It just feels like it should add a buff. I don't know. I wish it didn't use. I wish they just put in like, we have the golden apple. Wouldn't it be cool if there was like a second kind of dragon fruit? Because this is a dragon fruit. It's called a volt fruit, but it's a dragon fruit. It'd be oh, I completely forgot about the lotus seeds. I think they technically count as a fruit, and they also provide 2 speed, so you could use 4 of those in the milk and make Fleet Lotus tasty milk. That works. But anyway, I kind of wish there was like a more generic dragon fruit. Kind of like the, we had the tomatoes, we got the berries, we got the palm fruit. It would have been nice to have a generic dragon fruit and a generic melon that gets used for like the noble pursuit and the hearty soup. That way you could put buffs into them. Sadly, those 2 recipes both use both of these, and it kind of ruins, in my opinion, it ruins the recipe because you can't really do anything with it. You just end up with, hearts. But oh well. And there's the mighty seafood soup, or the creamy seafood soup. I was surprised at how much utility there is in that. But really, seafood stuff in general has a lot of utility. It's almost like this game was made in a country that prefers seafood, or at least has a huge seafood culture. There's definitely not as much variety in the meat as there is in the seafood, that's for sure. But we'll lament on our lack of ingredients some other time. I really ought to try playing around with the various new buffs as well. The thing is that I just don't feel like, I don't know. Do they give you the? I'll have to play around with these. I'll have to. But I don't think there's any cooking. Like the dazzle fruit and the bomb flower, puff shroom and muddle bud. They don't have any cooking. They don't even. Some of them don't even give you hearts. Dazzle fruit does. That's interesting. Anyway, next time. Ooh, what should we do next time? I mean, I guess we should do the rest, right? We should do the cheese. I'm thinking cheese because the butter is going to end up being doesn't have a lot going on for it, so we'll probably mix the butter in with like the sugar and the spice and the oil. We'll see how many recipes that brings together. I might do spice and oil together, and then or sugar and spice together, and then like oil and butter together. That might work out. We'll see how many recipes we get out of them. Plus, you know, it wouldn't hurt to do a shorter episode in general. What are those? But yeah, that's going to be it for now. And I'm going to go buy some more ingredients. Ooh. I mean, I have lots of these, but I could always use more. One day, we will be doing the monster episode. But not next time. No, next time is, what did I say? Butter, right? No. Cheese. Cheese. We do cheese. Next time. What? Throw it in front of you. Why won't... Cheese. No, it touched the ground. Don't tell them I threw that on the ground. They weren't looking. They didn't see anything. You won't tell them, right? That's all for today. Sun's coming up. The sky's falling down. It was a good day. I had fun. Did you have fun? Hey, do me a favor. Let me know down in the comments if you had fun. And you know what? If I did a buff episode, what buff should I cover first? Because I could potentially do the buffs and still do the ingredients separate. So, yeah. Or if there's any other cooking ideas, let me know. I like input. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go do some crazy stuff now. Because that's what we do here. Crazy stuff. Yeah. Bye-bye.